I'm racking up W's in 2025, bro. W number one, I do not have children. W number two, last night I played my first show in Salt Lake City, Utah. It's Saturday, August 2nd. I'm very happy to be out here. I woke up this morning late. Usually my body is up at like 6:45 and the weight of the world is already like crushing on me a little bit. But today I slept the heck in because last night I played a show in a city 2 states away from my own. That's pretty tight. While I would give myself like a 7 out of 10 on the music front, this is the first Internet Boyfriend show I played since February. Which, one, how I've allowed 5 months to pass August, February, March, April, May, June, July, almost 6 months to pass without playing my music live in front of people. How I allowed that to happen is beyond me. I hope never to do that again. But I came to a new city, played music for a backyard full of strangers who were all incredibly kind. A lesbian stripper told me that it's a matter of time before I'm famous. That's hot. I got complimented on my leather pants by a bunch of gay people. Also hot. And then I started my day with a cold brew and some breakfast sliders, and then a donut. And then I came to this place called Legendarium Bookstore. Legendarium? It's a queer-owned bookstore. Oh my goodness, I got some flyaway action happening like crazy. I'm actually still sitting outside of the Legendarium. You can see the trans flag next to the emblem of Gondor and Rohan right there, maybe. But I purchased an Ursula K. Le Guin novel and I got to reading, and I just am reflecting on some of the wins from the last couple days, because I don't do that very often. Usually I'm really hard on myself and I'm only like, oh, what could I do better? What could I improve on? Whatever. Wins. I had a really great time on the road trip up here. Yeah, it took me about 14 hours when all is said and done, but I enjoyed my time in the car. 2, I went outside of my comfort zone, right? I love to perform, I love to sing, I love to share my music, but given that it's been 6 months since the last time I did this, I'm like, oh wow, I did feel sort of, not even nervous. I wouldn't say that I was nervous, I would say I was uncomfortable, because the self-doubt started to creep in a little bit, sort of in the day of, and the hours before, of like, am I going to be able to sing these songs as well in front of people as I've been doing it in the privacy of my own home for the last 6 months? Because I do practice the set every day. It's my spiritual practice. It's how I engage with the universe and wind it down at the end of the day. I sing through all my music, and then I express gratitude for the existence of creation. I don't fucking know. So, 1, I was nervous about like, am I going to be able to replicate that performance in front of people? Because by observing a particle, we change its behavior. And especially when that particle is me, shout out to my personal trainer, Aaron, for these sick biceps. When that particle is me, obviously its behavior is going to change. So uncomfortable because I was like, am I going to be able to do as good of a job in front of people as I have been in practice? And the answer was ish. I would give myself like a 7 out of 10 for the music making last night. And part of that is like, I don't know, I was very hydrated throughout the day, but my voice just didn't seem to keep up with that as I was stepped in front of people. I don't know if that's nerves, I don't know what. And part of the discomfort I think I was feeling was, am I going to have anything interesting to say? Is the stage presence going to be received well? Am I going to perform adequately? Am I going to keep these people entertained? And like, it's a free show in a backyard, so the stakes are low. I didn't want anybody to feel obligated to give me money. I didn't want to ask for tickets. All I wanted to do was play. And I think I did a good job. But during the act of performance, I felt insecure. I felt like, okay, I don't know if this is being received well. Even though, like, there were laughs at the jokes, there were moments that obviously, like, I make a silly little joke and a crowd of people laugh, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's a positive immediate feedback. I just wasn't sure. Lately, I've been feeling like I don't have anything to say. It feels like the world is so heavy between what the United States government is allowing to happen. Let me run that back. Let me run the top of that sentence back. Between what the Israeli government is doing to Palestinians by starving them, what the United States government is doing to people who live here with ICE and the abductions, etc., and the amount of insanity that we are presented with on a daily basis, I just haven't had much to say. Between the geopolitical landscape and my own stresses about anxiety, about my finances, trying to make sure I'm properly socializing enough in a day. Am I doing enough for my career? Am I doing enough for my finances? Like, does it matter because global warming? I feel like I haven't had much to say. I've been talking for 6 minutes straight now, but it doesn't feel like I have much to say these days. When I'm walking around, when I'm on my own in a given day, I'm just like, dude, I really don't feel like I got much to share. So that was an insecurity going into last night as well. And the positive takeaways. I got some of the cobwebs dusted off. This was a step outside of my comfort zone in a new city. I'm really proud of myself for taking that step. The investment of like spending money on gas to get up here and be in a different city. I was on the phone with a friend a few minutes before this. Shout out to Kiefer if you watch this. I was like, man, yeah, I got to figure out a way to do this. And I said the same thing to him about like, man, I feel like I gave like a 7 out of 10 performance. And he was like, oh, that's great. The audience saw a 10 out of 10. Great feedback. But I lost my train of thought. He said also $200 on gas to get up for a weekend, and I'm like crashing on friends' couches up here. It's a drop in the bucket for the investment for building a career where you can come play a show in a new city. People purchase tickets, people purchase merch, people tell their friends, the music spreads. I think it was a really, really great investment, not only in like quote unquote my career, but also in myself, to like push myself out of my comfort zone and get back into doing the thing that I really, really do love doing above all else, which is playing music and sharing that with people. More pros. I saw 2 of my dear, dear friends from my high school choir, Becca and Megan. They're absolute angels. We got to chat in the kitchen for a little bit after my set. We chuckled, we laughed, we commiserated about some old choir days. I got to see my friend Cindy, who I spent a night with her in her snowcat as she paved the side of a mountain for people to snowboard and ski down it earlier this year. I had a really fantastic donut, maybe half an hour before I sat down here to film this. And I made some really great new friends. And also a really hot lesbian said that it's a matter of time before I am famous. And she invited me to hang out with her at the strip club tonight. So, I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I've never been to a strip club before, but shoot, Salt Lake City, Utah feels like the best place to do that. And also, huge pro, I got to come to a queer-owned bookstore, meet some people with really great hair colors and cuts, and what is happening with my bangs? All right, and also, I did the whole thing with a fresh set of nails by my friend Annie, who is an absolute angel, and yeah, I'm really grateful. I'm really, really grateful. Life is good. Go out and make the world a little bit better place if you've watched these 9.5 minutes. Love y'all.